part of our democracy is making sure we have jobs and economic growth. And I want to thank everyone who's gathered here today who worked so hard over the last few months to put together a very good report on economic recovery. We know we're getting off to a good start here in 2010. We've had 5 straight months of positive job growth in Illinois. It's a very, very good thing. We've created, since the beginning of the year, since January 1, 70,000 jobs. That's more jobs than any other state in the Midwest. Earlier this morning, I was down in Southern Illinois, and I signed legislation creating a angel investment tax credit, which is part of the recommendations of this report. We also expanded our new markets tax credit, which is a very important way to help small business in more depressed communities get a running start. Yesterday I was at Abbott Labs in North Chicago, where I signed legislation establishing the R&D tax credit for the coming year. And I was also in Southern Illinois today to sign legislation for economic development there. Recovery, jobs, that's what we have to focus on in Illinois. We want to make sure that we have a climate of growing economic development. We can't lose faith in ourselves. We must be optimistic and positive. We know we have a long way to go. We didn't create the Great Recession. It began in 2008. President Bush, I think, saw firsthand what happens when Wall Street loses track of the right thing to do. They ran the American economy into the ditch. A lot of those fast buck artists on Wall Street have a lot to be accountable for, and they should be ashamed of their behavior. They hurt a lot of people in our country and our state who lost their jobs through no fault of their own, but we don't ever give up. What we do in Illinois is we band together for causes we believe in, and there's no higher cause than economic recovery. And we have some of the best minds in our state who participated in this study and came together and made some sound, strong recommendations about how we can focus our economy. We're going to hear a little bit from everybody here today. I want to bring forward Alex Rourke, who is the chairman of the committee, and I want to thank Alex for all of his good work. So we'd like to hear from Alex and then other leaders of the commission as well on a good blueprint that we have for keeping our economy and our recovery going. We want to keep on creating jobs in our state this year and every year. And without further ado, Alex, why don't you take it from there? Okay?
Governor, thank you. On behalf of the, trying to address you all, I'll pretend you're out there at the same time.
Okay. All right, there you go.
On behalf of the Economic Recovery Commission, it is a pleasure to present our report to you. As all of us know, Illinois is endowed with tremendous natural and human resources. We have world-class universities and research centers, dynamic financial institutions, consumer markets that are the envy of the world, first-year cultural institutions, a highly capable and motivated workforce, and a powerful culture of civic volunteerism, which I'm going to get back to in a moment. Yet, despite all that, our state still is in economic crisis. Based on our months of conducting hearings and extensive research, as well as the Commissioner's personal business experience, one fundamental issue has become clear. Illinois has been addressing the world of the 21st century with techniques and plans that were formed in the 1970s. We must make sure that we're at the forefront in areas like venture capital, global marketing, sustainability, so that we can lead Illinois in growth in the right way. We know that our universities and research centers are the envy of the world, and yet the commercialization of the ideas coming from them has not been what it should have been in the past.
Thank you, Alex, for your good work, and everyone here. I do think we should hear from some of the sort of the committee chairpersons, and one of them is Sona Wang, Managing Director of Ceres Venture Fund and Innovation Committee Chair.
Many of the most successful companies in the United States today were actually started during either a recession or a depression, and often people are surprised that, in fact, 16 of the 30 companies that comprise the Dow Industrial Average were founded in recessionary times. So having the courage to aggressively invest in new businesses is an investment in the long-term economic health of our state, especially in times of fiscal crisis when a strong tendency exists to focus on short-term remedies. And the need to do this is more imperative for Illinois than most other states. Now, we have one of the highest concentrations of research institutions in the country and a wealth of resources to build the industries of the future. And the presence of world-class research and development in areas such as biotechnology, medical technology, advanced materials, wireless communications, renewable and alternative energy and information technology abound. And it's imperative for us to invest in the commercialization of these technologies, which really are the crowning jewels of our state. Almost as important as the lack of access to capital for growth companies is our collective failure to develop a collective a culture of innovation, an ecosystem, if you will, of people, capital, and public and private organizations that build upon each other's successes to foster a nurturing environment for emerging industries.
Something that we need to really study and work on. I used to be the state treasurer of Illinois, and can't have capitalism without capital. So access to capital and credit, very important to the future of our businesses and our ventures in Illinois. We also have with us Chuck Bernardini, chair of our Global Markets Committee.
Global markets in this important commission. Our committee would like to recognize you and thank you for recognizing the importance of that. In fact, since 2002, exports have represented the greatest growth segment in the Illinois economy, increasing from $25 billion to nearly $54 billion in that period. We have something like 1,500 Illinois-based subsidiaries of foreign companies in our state that employ 280,000 Illinois employees. We have about 530,000 Illinois jobs that directly support exports, so it shows the importance of this, and we thank you for that. And we've got good people in our offices abroad, but they have, for instance, the Brussels office has like 1.5 people working there covering 29 countries. So one thing our report says is maybe we should take a look at, instead of that old model of just a physical office, working closer with these multiplier organizations in Illinois, the German Chamber of Commerce, the French Chamber of Commerce, maybe give them a small contract, help them focus on some countries where and get more bang for the buck. So that's one of the things we have in here. I'd like to, if it's okay with you, invite Doug Whitley up.
Well, we want Doug to come forward. Doug is the president and CEO of the Illinois Chamber of Commerce. I really appreciate your attendance, Doug. And
most specifically, we would ask that you look at staffing your Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity with professional people who understand international trade. And we recommend that you appoint a standing advisory committee on international trade. Other governors and, of course, the president has such support, and we recommend that you do that. The biggest point that we'd like to make is you had 40 great citizens with great talent and expertise participate for months to put forth a report that's 150 pages, 6 different subcommittees, and the catch here is that this is an idea moment. We can go forward, and everyone who participated in this is willing to help you implement this, whether it be in legislation or executive order or simply ongoing meetings, and it's a pleasure to help serve. Thank you.
Well said. Thank you, Doug. And I do appreciate the ongoing commitment of everyone here, because we do have work to continue to carry out this, the ideas in the report. As was mentioned today, I did sign the Angel Investment Tax Credit. We are next week going to have the official start of the Small Business Job Creation Tax Credit, July 1st, and that will provide a $2,500 tax credit to any employer hiring a citizen. It folds right into the federal tax credits as well. I went to the Georgetown University School of Foreign Service. I have a degree in international economics, and I understand, I think, how important our relating to the world is, our export markets, especially Canada and Mexico, our two neighbors, major trading partners. We want to enhance that commitment to export in all of our different parts of our Illinois economy. We want to welcome the world. We have all these different offices and consulates from all over the world. We really have to be an international center of commerce. And so I really salute the committee for your ideas there, your commitment to innovation, definitely access to credit. We do have to improve there, our whole state. I think we may convene a summit of our lenders and sources of capital in Illinois to impress upon them how important it is in a tough economy that's recovering, to not fold up shop and be overly conservative. You want to have good credits, obviously credit-worthy businesses, entrepreneurs. We just don't want to turn our backs on them at the time we most need them.